Hi, this is Sarah Megan Thomas. Join us on Dis Dash to chat about A Call to Spy, the Hidden Figures of the Spy World, opening nationwide in theaters and on demand October 2nd. The biggest challenge was we are a low budget independent. We didn't have 20 million. We didn't even have 10 million, so we can't be Dunkirk or 1917. So making the time period authentic was the biggest challenge. And I have to say, I owe it to my entire cast and crew and creative, because everybody worked for Indie Rates, but they also went above and beyond because they believed in the story and they made it happen. Usually it's about a year and a half from kind of concept to shooting with all my films. This one was particularly challenging because of just the amount of research, the spy files, the people I had to speak to, and then writing the script and also knowing where the research fits in and where you have to kind of let go so that the story works. I love RADHIKA APTE. I can't even say that enough. This is her American film debut, and she's going to be huge here, like she is in India and internationally huge. So I saw an indie film called Parched, and I was actually speaking with Lena Yadav, the director, in part of the director interviews. She said, RADHIKA is amazing, and I said, yes, I loved her in the film, and that was the genesis for she would make a great Noor, and actually she was our first choice, which you never get in indie film. Lydia, our director, knew RADHIKA very well as well, and so when I brought her the suggestion, she loved it. And RADHIKA said yes, which makes me so happy, because for Noor Inayat Khan, it was so important to have an authentic Indian actress play the role. Noor Inayat Khan is someone who's not as well known in the United States, I think, as internationally. And I really hope that, the recent honors she's been given and also this film put her in the history books more than she has been, because she was a real hero. And what's interesting about Noor is, even though she was a pacifist, she was able to bring herself to a war effort that involved violence and do it in her own way and be successful. And I think that's a really interesting concept. I think with these films specifically, I want to see more strong women's roles in front of the camera. I want to see more women being good at their jobs. And I guess what I want to do as a filmmaker is tell new stories about women, because there are so many still to be made. With this film specifically, we were very lucky to play at a few film festivals live before the pandemic. And we were awarded the Anti-Defamation League at Santa Barbara. And that experience was just so incredible to see the audience, hear the quiets in the theater when they're really into the movie. I'm so glad that I was lucky enough to have that experience in this new world. So it's going nationwide in North America. It will be in theaters that are open across the country, but then it will also be on demand for people who, don't feel like going to the theater or the theaters aren't open. It'll be in theaters in the UK October 23rd, and then in theaters in Australia and New Zealand over the holidays. And we've also partnered with an ice cream company, Smitten Ice Cream in San Francisco, to create ice cream flavors based on these historical women.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so there's the Noor, the Virginia, the Vera, and they're all different flavors and can be shipped nationwide, so that if you are at home watching a movie, we were trying to bring more of the experience, not popcorn, ice cream. I want them to enjoy it and be entertained, and then I want them to go home, or I guess they are home in this pandemic, but I want them to, when they're having their coffee or breakfast the next day, think, what would I do for what I believe in? What would I do for freedom for all? These women went into Spy knowing they had a 50-50 chance of survival. And for me, I actually don't know whether or not I would do that, or at what line I would do that. And I think it's an uncomfortable question. And I think it's one we should all challenge ourselves to, because individuals can and do make a difference. So whatever it is you believe in, just stand up for it and do something.